Okay. Hi, and welcome to our presentation. My name is Gabriela Duque.
I'm Annika Robinson. I'm Clara Andrade.
Sara Solorzano. Isabel Carmona.
She's sick. She doesn't have a voice, so we're kind of to talk for
To start you guys off with like a little icebreaker, we're gonna do a tiny little activity in which we will give each of you a few Jenga blocks. You can go like having them up. And have in the next slide, we're gonna have about 6 questions in which you're going to answer the Jenga block. In the question, if it applies to you, you will place 1 Jenga block on the table, and if it doesn't, you will not. And you will stack as many Jenga blocks as you need. According to if it answers not. So to kind of help with the Jenga blocks, because we don't have as many, let's try to get into like groups of 4 or 3. Please.
No. Okay, so you 4?
Oh, 3. So yeah.
Hey, there's one more question.
3. Okay, I'm gonna Instagram it.
A grupo.
Guys, since I know here we're in groups, let's say you guys are in a group of 2 of you, then you will stack it. If it applies for only 1 of you, then you'd rather not stack it. You guys can
Okay, so
Okay, so do we all have Jenga blocks? Okay, great. We're gonna start with the first question. So, have you ever adopted an animal?
so if one of you has one block, like if one of you has,
Cat, dog, snake, hamster, fish, horse. Okay, second question. Would you ever consider adopting a pet from an animal shelter if you have not? Or if you would adopt again? That's fair.
okay. Have you ever volunteered in an animal?
You should, it's great fun. I should. Don't feel bad. Just something to add to your bucket list.
Yeah. Okay.
I already said that. No, would you ever volunteer? And if you have not, would you?
Okay.
have you ever witnessed animals in the streets or at a friend's house, or have you witnessed? Okay, so last question. If you were to witness animal abuse, would you do something to intervene? So who here stacked all 6 Jenga blocks? All Jenga blocks. Was 6 Jenga? Who said yes to every question? I'm sure here have like 8. You guys are really none? Okay,
Like the heart. Yay, you won
Yeah.
cocas.
So you guys win. Okay, so now we're gonna start off with the real presentation.
Okay, so we're 10th grade students from Colegio Bolivar, Colombia. We represent a 16 student GI class. Class, this is us working with some pianists. Okay, so a little bit about, if you don't know what it is, it's part of Colombia. We're known for gastronomic abundance. Do you know what gastronomic abundance? Food. A lot of food. Yeah, delicious food. And for being, we have a population of around 2 million people. Even though we're the third biggest city in our country, the capital, Bogota, stray dogs, and this has resulted in 3,000 dog attacks. In just Cali, 1,000 stray dogs and 2,000 abandoned. They are left nourished. They are mistreated in the streets because people sometimes don't like them, or because animals also feel. And so, where are we? Position ourselves in the biodiversity and ecosystem losses. Why? So most of the times when you say biodiversity and ecosystem losses, you think about animals that were brought, I don't know, from nature to, for example, whales in SeaWorld, or those animals, species that are being hunted and killed as for their horns or their skin. But then about those animals that we also decided to bring from nature homes to humanize and give them love and houses and beds and then the streets. So what is animal? You know what it is. It's the intentional cruelty to all animals, cats, and these are some statistics. So animal abuse reported has been 2,000 each year, and like the most cases involve then cats and other animals. These are the most common animal cruelty, which one is abandonment. Some of the causes we believe this tend to happen are because or the cats or the animals are too old, or because there's a new baby in the family, because the animal is destructing your house and biting, I don't know, your things, or because of the amount of responsibility it takes to take care of another life. Some of the effects are that not only affect the community, is that they may be porters of, for example, the rape, and they attack people, and also they contribute to the amount of trash in the street.
Okay, so a little bit that we're working with for the shelter, para Isla La Mascota. It all started in 1999 when Ofelia Villegas, who is Paraíso de la Mascota, started picking up stray dogs. She did this for a long time. In 2001, she decided to rent a bigger space. That became an official organization in 2003. Here are some pictures that show kind of what these animals are in. There's about 200 dogs. Paraíso de la Mascota, so about 400 animals in total. So some of the goals of the first one is to raise a dog ownership. The second one is necessary reproduction of stray dogs through sterilization. And the last one is to defend and protect mistreated and abandoned animals by providing them where they can get health care and food and love until they can find. So how can you help these animals? The first one. Second one is to become a sponsor by donating. So about becoming a sponsor. But a program that was made for people that are interested in helping the animals and they can't adopt one. So basically they pay and they fill out a form where they agree to pay $30, which is about $10, for about a year. And this will help cover for the animals, things such as food or health care. And about donating, you can donate money, you can food, or you can even donate your time as a volunteer for things such, because as I said before, there's 400 animals and 30. So some of the challenges that Paraíso de la Mascota has faced or is facing currently is the complaints from the neighbors. They're located area and the neighbors are always complaining about the dogs barking. The second one, the sponsors are in very few sponsors. So the sponsorship, as I said, there's 400 animals and only a sponsor. Not only that, but only 10 of this. But what I mean is they will pay their monthly fee for like, then they just forget about it. Third one is older dogs aren't. This happens in a lot of adoption centers, not just Paraíso de la Mascota, but people just want little puppies and they forget about the older dogs. Volunteers, so for things such as I mentioned before, like walking the dogs, few staff members and many dogs, and not a lot of people are willing to give their time to help. And the OE lot wants the organization to move out. The place they're located in is rented, and the landlord wants to use his property to move out. It's a very complicated process.
Asking them to move out for about 10 years? 5, I don't know. Like 3 years.
Like 3 years.
Let's go with 4 years.
So that's
So de la Mascota, they have this slogan, which is "Somos la voz de los que no tienen voz," or that don't have.
So, like to help our community and Fundación Paraíso de la, we decided to sensitize them, which has about 1,300 students. Help Fundación Paraíso de la.
Do you guys understand?
Yeah. Yes. So, understand what we were dealing with. We asked them 3 main questions. Are you willing to adopt a pet? Some of them said no, and well, this, and then this one is like kind of 60.5% of them haven't gone to shelter, and it's in our school to participate in social service. So
The class is not religious.
yeah, it's another.
you can see that people in our school as much as we think so.
This one is the worst one. Almost like 50% of them say that they care or would stay quiet. Abused. And well, mentioned before in this conference, Felipe said that it's like allowing this to happen. You are like, like you're helping them. And things that this tells us. The first one, there's leads to animal protection. And this, we infer that it's because most school boards participated are about helping out, like animals or the environment, which we also infer that in our school has never tried to sensitize community about this stuff. So in order to like also set a real, we decided to successfully solve 20 within a year. This not only help like emotionally for the animals, but help them
When we first created Paws, we ran a lot of things, but one thing we always agreed on was that we wanted organization and help better the quality of life of these dogs and cats. We did this with 3 main activities. These are this event called Animal Run, bettering their sponsorship program, and raising money. So when we first went to Colegio, a student at a local college called, and he talked to us about Animal Run, a project he and his peers created to help the organization, and he asked us to participate. So what is Animal Run? Animal Run is an event that money for and they do sponsors who, like our school, that like pay for things that would make more money for them, and like pay for things that would very expensive for them. And for them to pay for it, and they also had a fee of like just around $7 to like, and then also to create animal protection awareness. So what is Animal Run? Animal Run is a where animal lovers can go dogs to run and with their families to create animal protection awareness. And the day goes something like 6 a.m. Everyone gets there and they're given a kit with a shirt and like a gift for your dog. At 7:40 they warm up. At 8 the event actually starts. At 9:30 they give awards to like the 3 first that came in first. At 9:50 there's at 10:30 there's like a bunch of mini contests such as best costume and who looks the most like their parents. At 12 o'clock, it's like an ending ceremony. So how did we help? In a variety of ways. First of all, we supported them by giving them technical speakers and giving them. We also went the day of the event and we helped make it more fun and make it look more cool. We talked to the primary and high school, basically promoted the Animal Run. We sold with the Animal Run logo to create publicity. And we gave the option that couldn't go to the event, the option of, and here's a little video like how it went. Start again because it's time to start again. Kind of. No. Yes. Very.
So to promote this event, like well, the Fundación, we decided a lot, which basically I'll show one example later, in order to like promote the sponsorship program. Promote the sponsorship program because does give emotional support and economical support to the foundation. Like the adoption, we realized that the adoption process was really hard because it required a lot more, it took a lot of time and a lot of energy and many people do that. So we decided to promote this sponsorship program instead. Promoted it in Bolivar's Day because every student plays and plays bingo at family events. So it was like a really big event to publicize.
And this is a example of what the catalog looks like.
All of those.
Yeah. Bueno, so this is an example of the, as they already said, one of the pictures. This is Tekla, he's a male, a puppy, and well, this is the story. He was left in the door of the organization, like, he's really, really sweet. From the first moment he sees, he thinks all humans are beautiful, and he's really comfortable. So, fundraising.
The other way we helped the organization was by so far we fundraised 3 times. So the first one is during sports days, where all of high school take the day off, where everyone different sports and you all grades compete for a trophy. We sold, as I mentioned previously, the animal run bracelets with the animal run logo. And the last thing we did was Bolivar's Day, which is basically an event where families and it's basically just like having fun. There are things sold, there's different activities. And the last thing we did, and we sold prize dog food. And for future fundraising, we plan to do. So, just that we face together as a class and a group. So for starters, Para Eso La Mascota has the fosterhood program, which is involved in the sponsorship, as mentioned before. And we had trouble with commitment because finding people who was great. However, I have an image here that says either you do or you don't. There's no in between. So they were interested like during the 3, maybe 2 months, but then that was it. They weren't consistent and they either forgot or got bored. So getting people was complicated. Time management. So since GIN is an elective class this year, and on another project, which is ABC Education for All, and we're also planning a GIN conference for Cali for the schools in our city, we didn't have as much time like as we would like it. It was La Mascota to work with us in a way that they could be effective to our project. So time with them was complicated, but not impossible. So as it was mentioned before, we sold in the bake sale and we sold pizza. Great. The fundraising was very successful, but however, during Bolivar's Day, balls that you could custom on your own, we as many as we would like to, but very few were sold. And also working with animals. So at we first started with the project, we had many concerned parents calling, asking if the dogs were healthy, if it was safe, if there were any playful dogs that could harm them. Because normally dogs are very playful, on you, but they mean it in a nice, playful way. They don't mean it to harm you. So that was a challenge. We also had many successes, such as local connections. So when we first started out this project, we did experience working with animals. So we seeked out an organization like Para Eso la Mascota. Such a privilege to be able to work with them and learn from. And now we have great new experiences as well. Animal Run. So Animal Run was a huge successful. We sold many bracelets, and we were able to 25 families from our school to attend the event and approached us, telling us how much fun they had that day. Virtual catalog. So as we created a virtual catalog to help people who are interested in the foster, sort of to make the process a little bit more easier and to have better access. And we got a few people during Bolivar Day. It was who they came to us. They gave us their contact with frequent updates about the. And then the sponsorship program is all. It's a program which I mentioned before. It was very successful. We're getting a lot of people who are interested, and we're working on the commitment part. Virtual catalog. Now they can. And then last but not least, so Sports Day. We also sold the bracelets during annual. We sold all of them, and it was great. Bicycle, another big sale, so strong. And now we'd like you to keep in mind, or take this moment right now to think that this showed you this is the way we did it. You guys can carry out this project and do this on your hometown or in your city, and ways that you can help us doing activities that sensitize and generate consciousness about the issue. Everyone here is very creative in a way on how we can promote this project. And then speaking of promotion, instead of buying a pet. So if you really believe that it is much better to adopt a friend instead of buying a pet, because I rather adopt. And then sterilize the. So okay. So since promotes sterilizing the pets in order to be like less animals to suffer out in the streets, we also and then last but not least, promote awareness about the responsibility that is having a pet. So, oh, I want a pet, it's so much fun. But most people don't believe that it's a pet because they need food, water, shelter, and also love. So if you're gonna get a pet, make sure you can give them deserve.
So finally, a reflection. Well, just also have feelings, and they deserve, have the right to live a happy life. And what our goal is to improve the conditions of the children. So. Okay.
You got this.
Well, it's like a foster home, the shelter. So if the condition of the shelter is better, they have higher possibilities to have like a forever home. You just gotta remember, if you want to carry out this project and things, that they also have the right to live a happy life.
You sure they won't abandon you, so don't abandon you. Just to